Rock Park Debacle opening. Welcome to our analysis of one of the most spectacular theme park failures in recent history, Hard Rock Park in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. In just under 4 months of operation, this $400 million investment went from grand opening to bankruptcy, becoming a cautionary tale in strategic planning. The vision. It all began with John Binkowski, a theme park industry veteran who owned a struggling theater near Myrtle Beach. Following the tourism downturn after September 11th, Binkowski envisioned transforming the vacant land surrounding his theater into a music-themed attraction that would draw tourists away from the beaches. After several iterations, including a potential MGM partnership that fell through, Binkowski struck gold when he connected with Hard Rock International through a neighbor who happened to be their VP of franchise operations. By 2003, a licensing deal was secured and Hard Rock Park was born. The development. The park was ambitious, designed around a central lake with a 90-foot neon guitar as its icon. 6 themed lands included Lost in the 70s, Rock and Roll Heaven, and Born in the USA, featuring attractions like the Led Zeppelin roller coaster and Eagles' Life in the Fast Lane ride. Financing came from 3 key sources: local landowners who contributed $2.5 million for Hard Rock's licensing fees, private investment firms from New York providing construction loans, various creditors offering operational financing. By 2006, the budget had reached $400 million, substantial but still modest by theme park standards. Unlike Disney or Universal, Hard Rock Park was entirely privately funded, making it vulnerable to market fluctuations. The collapse. Hard Rock Park opened on June 2, 2008, with catastrophically poor timing. Within weeks, the global financial crisis began unfolding. This created a perfect storm of problems. Plummeting tourism, gas prices soared, discretionary spending collapsed, and Myrtle Beach visitation dropped dramatically. Pricing missteps. Management set a flat $50 admission fee for all guests, including children, hoping to simplify pricing, but instead alienating family visitors, their core demographic. Skyrocketing debt service. As the credit markets froze, interest rates on their construction loans ballooned, creating massive monthly payments with minimal revenue coming in. Attendance shortfall. The park needed about 10,000 daily visitors to break even, but often saw just 1,000, a devastating 90% shortfall. Brand misalignment. The Hard Rock brand, while recognizable, didn't resonate strongly enough with family vacationers to justify a dedicated visit. With no cash reserves and mounting debt, Hard Rock Park filed for bankruptcy on September 24, 2008, just 113 days after opening. A subsequent attempt to revive it as Freestyle Music Park in 2009 also failed within months, and today the site stands abandoned, a monument to strategic miscalculation. Part 2. How Strategy Buddy could have helped. Transition. Now, let's imagine an alternate timeline where Binkowski and his team had access to our Strategy Buddy platform before breaking ground. How might our AI-powered strategic tools have helped them avoid disaster? Tool 1. Advantage Lifecycle Tracker. Our Advantage Lifecycle Tracker would have immediately flagged the fundamental weakness in Hard Rock Park's competitive advantage. By analyzing trend data and market signals, it would have shown that the Hard Rock brand was past its peak cultural relevance for a theme park audience. Music-themed attractions without character IP have historically struggled to maintain visitor interest. The advantage of novelty would be short-lived without substantial reinvestment. The tool would have recommended either securing additional entertainment IP rights or creating a more diversified attraction mix, less dependent on the music theme alone. Tool 2. Strategic Fit Scorecard. Our Strategic Fit Scorecard would have evaluated Myrtle Beach as a location against multiple criteria: cultural match, medium, beach tourists seeking relaxation versus high-energy theme park. Capability alignment, low, team's experience didn't match the scale of the project. Competition, high. Beaches themselves were the primary competitor for tourist time. Weather patterns, poor limited operating season in a high fixed cost business. The tool would have suggested either a smaller initial investment with expansion options or relocating to a year-round market with stronger theme park visitation patterns. Tool 3, Customer Segment Prioritizer. This tool would have revealed critical insights about their target audience. Families represent 70% of Myrtle Beach visitors, but Hard Rock's edgy branding appealed more to adults without children. The $50 flat admission price positioned them above the psychological threshold for impulse visits. Local residents, crucial for recurring revenue, were priced out of the market. Strategy Buddy would have recommended tiered pricing, local resident passes, and family-friendly zones to balance the brand's rock edge with commercial viability. Tool 4, Capability Gap Radar. Our Capability Gap Radar would have identified critical missing elements in the execution plan. Insufficient cash reserves for a seasonal business. Recommended 18 months of operating expenses. Lack of experienced theme park operators in key management positions. Over-reliance on debt financing versus equity investment. No contingency planning for economic downturns. The tool would have prescribed bringing in seasoned theme park executives and restructuring the capital stack with more equity to reduce financial vulnerability. Tool 5, Anti-Entropy Playbook. Finally, our anti-entropy playbook would have established critical feedback mechanisms. Regular market testing of concepts before full implementation. Phased opening strategy to test operations before peak season. Continuous monitoring of economic indicators with predefined action triggers. Flexible staffing and operating hours models to quickly adapt to demand fluctuations. This would have created an adaptive organization capable of pivoting when early warning signs appeared. Conclusion. Hard Rock Park wasn't just a victim of bad timing, it was a victim of incomplete strategic thinking. With Strategy Buddy's AI-powered toolkit, the entrepreneurs could have identified these vulnerabilities early, adapted their approach, and potentially created a sustainable attraction that still delighted visitors today. The lesson? Even brilliant creative concepts need rigorous strategic analysis. Strategy Buddy combines human creativity with AI-powered insight to help businesses avoid becoming cautionary tales and instead build lasting competitive advantage. Want to learn how Strategy Buddy can strengthen your strategic planning? Contact us today to schedule a demonstration.